welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Yeah, I'm bald again. That's the first new difference. That's the first big difference that's going on now. But today we are going to go through my new song Chains. So if you haven't seen it already, link in the description below. Please go watch it. It's very personal to me, and I thought today I would go through the lyrics and break them down and kind of explain what I meant by some of the kind of things. I tried to make the song personal, but not too personal that I'm baiting myself out in a way, but I'm also something that people can relate to. Not that I would hope that anyone can relate to this, but you get what I'm trying to say. So listen to the song if you haven't already, and you'll understand what I mean as I go through the song and the lyrics. So yeah, here we go. So the first lyric is, I'm stuck in a daze, my mind is a maze, I just want to be free but they just don't see. So that's the first kind of lines of the chorus, and in there I'm just kind of saying how I feel like I'm stuck in this repetitive field of feeling down and my mind is a maze. So, you know, kind of like it's a labyrinth that I can't escape, and I'm always constantly trying to find an exit and I can't. I'm stuck in this down feeling, this depressive state, and that was the kind of, yeah. Obviously I just want to be free and they just don't see. So talking about people that I spend time with, people, my friends, family, and how they kind of just don't see this side of me because I don't necessarily bring it to the surface, which I'm sure a lot of people can probably relate to. So it's kind of, you know, being stuck in this way and not being able to break free of it. The hurt, the pain, the stress, the mess, the dark in my heart that I try to repress. These are pretty self-explanatory lyrics. You know, all the things that accompany something like depression and feeling down, kind of that weight on your shoulders and the feeling that you are hurting inside and you try and repress it and try and hide it. That's kind of what I'm going on about there. And this next bit, this thing in my head, and could it be lead? No, it might be soon, so I'm taking it slow. That's a kind of hint towards a suicide. Thing in my head, could it be lead? Referencing a bullet. Saying it might be soon, so I'm taking it slow. So, you know, trying to slow myself down before I make any, well, not necessarily talking about myself, but slowing yourself down before you make any rash decisions and keeping on top of, you know, any feelings that you might be having that might drive you to do something like that. Next lyrics, because I just don't know, man, I feel so low. You know, I don't know what's going on in my head. I feel so low. I mean, it's self-explanatory. I am tied down, I'm gonna drown, I'm gonna pretend that this is my end, nothing is left, I am bereft, these chains they win, they come from within. So this line is kind of like the last line of the chorus. You know, I'm tied down, kind of feeling like you can't escape. Again, I'm gonna drown, that's one of my worst fears, so I thought that fit quite well. I love water, I could swim for days, but the thought of drowning and being tied down underneath water would scare the life out of me. So that's kind of a link there. I won't pretend that this is my end. So kind of saying like I'm at the end of the line now. This is kind of the end for me. Nothing is left. I'm bereft. Basically means I'm all over the place. I've got nothing left to be here for. And talking about these chains they win, and they come from within. So the kind of chains that are keeping me down, this overwhelming feeling, really pulling me down, and that's that. The first verse. This verse took a while. Took a while. Feeling like I'm brain dead. It's pulling me down, but it's all in my head. So the feeling like I'm brain dead kind of. I mean, this might relate to some other people watching this, but when I get into a bit of a dark state, I kind of zone out from everything. I do it quite a lot. I just go somewhere else, and it feels like I'm not in control of what's going on. I'm just kind of there. I'm existing, and so I'm feeling like I'm brain dead. It's pulling me down, but it's all in my head. So the chains kind of keeping me down. I feel like I'm falling, my eyes they be bawling, this weight I be hauling, just feel like I'm calling out. So, you kind of feel like you're falling into an abyss. Eyes they be bawling, just crying, self-explanatory. Weight I be hauling, kind of like the darkness that you're carrying with you, that you, like I said earlier about the weight on your shoulders, you're kind of carrying it about. I just feel like I'm calling out, so like calling out for help. And the next line is, but no one can hear, I'm surrounded by fear. So almost like a cry out for help, but no one can actually hear my cry for help, I guess you could say. And I just want to hide, want to go for a ride. So you kind of, when you feel down, I guess, you just want to hide from the world and stay away, go for a ride, and just, never come back to what's going on. Like Jekyll and Hyde, I'm torn inside. This is a reference to the book Jekyll and Hyde. Obviously, Jekyll and Hyde is kind of like a split personality kind of thing. Hyde is the darker part of Jekyll's personality, and Jekyll's kind of like the person that everyone sees and respects. So it's kind of like, the two sides of myself that, and not necessarily everyone knows about Hyde, being torn inside, that kind of feeling. Man, this next line took me a long time just to make sure it flowed correctly. I'll never stop moving, don't care what I'm losing, it's all so confusing, these things that I'm doing, my mind needs reviewing, this life I'm pursuing, I keep on subduing the thought that it might not be real. So, never stop moving, so you're moving, so it's kind of like the positive side now, you're moving forward, and you don't care what you're losing, so you're losing all this stress, and you're kind of getting on with it. It's also confusing these things that I'm doing, so the kind of, almost like you're just floating through life, and it's just kind of confusing, you don't really understand what you're doing. My mind needs reviewing, messed up in the head. The life I'm pursuing, kind of like the better life, getting away from all this darkness. I keep on subduing the thought that it might not be real, so you have to that thought process that you'll never get out of, that dark state that you're in, you have to subdue it, which is hard, but that was kind of what I'm saying. And you got to keep on subduing the thought that it might not be real, because it is real. You can and will get out. So yeah, that's that. These scars won't heal. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but it's not a big deal. That's not how I feel. So it's kind of like, you shake it off as if it's nothing, but it's not actually how you feel. It's really something that hurts. And this line is kind of one of the more prominent lines that you see throughout the song. I feel like I'm dying, but you see me crying, and all that remains is just to break out of these chains. So I feel like I'm dying inside, but all you can see is me crying, but you don't really understand how bad it feels. And then all that remains is just to break out of these chains. So it's kind of the flip side, the positive side. So all that remains is just to break free of this thing that's keeping you down, and breaking free of it. And then you have the chorus again. So I'm not gonna bother going through that again, because that's long, isn't it? The second verse. They tear me apart, I need to restart. So they tear me apart, kind of referencing the demons, the kind of the dark feelings that kind of tear your mind apart and all that kind of stuff. Talking about how you need to restart, so like a fresh start. So me going to university was a big help in my life, because it was kind of like I'd hit the restart button, I had a fresh start, it was all new, and it was quite helpful. It's all in my brain, I am insane. So it's kind of like, everything that I'm feeling is just in my head, and it's like my head is telling me everything, when actually some of these things aren't real. So I'm insane, that was the kind of thing there. This next bit was long. Yeah, I admit it, but I won't permit it. It's not going to take me, no, it won't break me. So yeah, I admit that I don't feel good all the time, but I won't permit it. I won't let it. I won't let it get to me. It's not going to take me, no, it won't break me. Self-explanatory kind of. It's not gonna keep me down. I'm gonna get through it. No, it's not easy, I'm feeling queasy, I'm fighting back, all at attack. So no, it's not easy to beat something like depression and getting over it, but it can be done. And you're feeling queasy, you kind of feel like you're hard to breathe, and you really can't get through it. But you know, talking about fighting back against all the things that are keeping you down. You just got to keep on attacking it and keep going through it. No more defense, only offense till I can say it's all gone away. So kind of saying, you know, I'm not just gonna sit back. I'm gonna go and do something about it. Only offense till I can say it's all gone away. Fight to the end. I'm on the mend. I'm gonna beat this. I won't repeat this. No. So kind of like, you know, fighting to the end. You know, you won't give up on getting through it. And I think that kind of applies to just everything, really. You know, you fight to the end. You know, you make sure that you're on the mend. You know, and really and truly, if you put your mind to it, you fight it, and you can beat anything. So, you know, and then it's just kind of me saying I won't repeat this, as in like I'm not gonna relapse back into what I'm feeling. And then again, you see the line, I feel like I'm dying, but you see me crying, and all that remains is just to break out of these chains. And then you got the chorus again, and the chorus again. So yeah, I don't know why I made this video. I just figured it might help bring some context to some of the lines, because I didn't type out. I couldn't be bothered to type out the lines and the lyrics for the actual music video. I thought it would take away from the kind of gravity of the words. You just had to kind of hear it and feel it. So I thought I'd do a lyric video and kind of break down what I mean, and you know, explain some of the, because obviously the song is it's a dark song, you know, and I'm sure, but I wanted to kind of, the main reason I wanted to do it is because I wanted to break down the flip side. So the lyrics towards the end are kind of a bit more positive, a bit more uplifting, you know, saying you can beat this, you can get through it. So that's what I wanted to touch upon, and yeah, link it all with. So yeah, so thank you for watching this video. Once again, if you haven't seen the song Chains by this point, then you've kind of heard me say it all, but you should listen to it because it's a good song. So link in the description, please click that, show it some love, you know, and if anyone ever feels like this, the song describes, and you know, you feel down, listen to the good parts, listen to what's telling you can get through it. Because it's not just about how the chains are holding you down, it's how you can break free of them. So yeah, and feel free to get in touch if you're really feeling down. You know, I'm always free. So yeah, if you ever need anything, regardless of whether you know me or not, if you're feeling down, get in contact, and I will do my best to show you the bright side. That was a really bad description, but hey. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, don't do anything, because that's mean. Make sure to share the video, share the song, and subscribe. Subscribe is the main thing. We've just gone over 100 subscribers. I want to get to 200. We're pushing boundaries here on the channel. I know it's going to take like another year to reach 200 subscribers, probably more, but I don't care. The feeling's there, it's going to happen. So yeah, thank you for watching, like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in a bit. Take care.